it kind of like shocked me, and a bit of the conversations that I was having, it was kind of intimidating, like hearing like a lot of the business information that somebody that doesn't come from a business background is not used to hearing. So now it's just implementing, and being ready to implement.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Born to Tint Podcast. I'm Ricky. I'm glad to be here with my big brother, Josh.
What's going on, everyone? Today we had a really fun conversation with Chris from Fresh Off the Lot and his young prodigy, Don Tintz. Check it out.
Damn.
I heard that at WFCT, they just give you scraps of film. Somebody told me that they just give you like scraps of film and say like, this is enough for like X amount of windows.
No, you get a roll.
And there's also people on the internet that say that
No, but this
car films hold out 98% of the heat.
But this is from somebody that goes to like WFCT.
No, they give you a roll.
And again, people that go to that competition, there are plenty of people at that competition that will sell film on 98% heat rejection.
I'm happy
so,
to say that.
there's
I made actually, I'm not sure if I explain it as best as you guys, but I tell every single customer that the number they need to pay attention to is TSER, not the IR. And there's so many shops. I was saying, I think a majority of the people that are making the sales at the shops are telling them that their films block 95% of the heat.
Oh,
it's all BS.
I'm usually, when I'm up.
Is this rolling?
Yeah. When I'm up, Okay.
When
I'm up where I usually sit. What are you doing?
You got a big hair on your head. I'm just helping you out.
There you go.
When I'm up in my office,
See that?
I will listen to them talk to customers, and then I'll go back and listen to phone calls on the computer too.
So what do you guys tell them?
Don't ever lead with that number ever. I don't.
Our
I don't
people
wanna
are
hear
your
it.
customer.
I've got no problem.
How do you guys go about explaining it so that I could probably say that better than what I'm telling them now?
So when you go because we offer a dye, and then we have two different ceramics on top of that. We'll start with the dye. We'll tell them the dye has moderate heat rejection. It's more for aesthetics. It's looks. If you want your car to look a certain way, it's still going to get some heat rejection. It's just not going to be. It's not going to be a significant amount. If you go into the ceramics, we'll tell them what the TSER is, but let them know how much infrared heat is being held out, and tell them the 97, 93, whatever product we're selling at the moment. Think what I3 from Autobahn's 93. Not mistaken, Zenith I think does get up to about 97. But we will explain to them. We will not explain to educate the customer on what numbers matter, because a lot of times customers will walk into it. Hey, I want to get that ceramic, 90-something% heat rejection. And it's like, well, okay. And then we'll just educate them on what they're actually being sold. There's no such thing as 93% heat rejection. There's 93% infrared heat rejection. What that means is that out of the entire spectrum of heat that's coming from UV, from ultraviolet, all the way to visible light. So through that spectrum, you're going to hit the infrared. That infrared section is having the most heat rejection on it. And that's only 1/3 of what causes heat coming through your window. It's an important part of it, but it's not the entire thing. So if you are just being told it's 93%, like most customers are going to hear 93%, 90, whatever percent, and they're going to think I shouldn't feel anything ever. I should get in my car. It should be an ice cube. You're setting an expectation that doesn't exist. And then when companies do that, I don't care if companies do that, because they really just kind of tease it up for us, because then we'll sit there and explain to the customer what those numbers actually mean. Like, yes, our film has a 63% total solar heat rejection and 93% infrared heat rejection. They go, oh, what does that mean? Again, that's opening the door to like, all right, now let me explain to you how you get your total solar heat rejection. Look at it like a pie chart.
2 to 3.
Yeah, you look at it like a pie chart, split it almost into thirds.
Infrared's like 50%. I don't know where you're getting.
It's not 50. It's like 42, 43. It's not.
All right. Well, okay.
You want to go look at the chart? We have printed up front.
Well, I know I've
it's not 50.
I've asked Chad. I think I've asked a couple different AI models. It normally comes back around 50 to 55.
Ask the AI models. I've asked the manufacturers.
What I tell the customers is that I'll just be like, don't expect your car to all of a sudden turn into a refrigerator when it's sitting outside all day.
No, that's easy. That's the easy one, because people will be like, I'll go to get my car. It's still hot. Well, yeah, your car is made out of metal.
And then I tell metal,
heat
plastics,
radiates
leathers.
The way I do it with flat glass, which I think would work well with automotive also, especially with clear. Like, what's the TSER on a clear ceramic? It's normally like around 50%, right? All right. So, and a lot of those claim to be in the 90% of
93 to 97
of infrared. And they're virtually clear, so they're not really blocking any visible light. So I wouldn't explain all this to the customer, but if you think about it, if about 50% of the heat's coming from infrared, these films that are clear, non-reflective, they're blocking mainly infrared, and that's how they can do it without reflecting any visible light. So
that makes sense.
And on flat glass, I think, especially if you're using the meter, it comes up more naturally because I can meter the glass, show them, oh, you've got a Surface 2 triple silver coating. This is my most expensive film. If you were just talking about you want to keep as much natural light as possible and get as much heat rejection as possible, I could sell you this. It's my most expensive film, but it's mainly reflecting that infrared heat. The coating on your glass is already doing most of what this can do. In order to get a higher heat rejection, we need to block some visible light now. So we need to go darker. And then a lot of times I'll get them down to like a 30% dual reflective, show them a sample, show them an example photo of what that actually looks like. Because a lot of times just the spec sheet looks darker than what it's going to look like on the full window. Yeah. So we've got the picture in there with one window fully tinted next to one not, with a view looking out and looking in. So like for me, it's a down sell, but based off of the glass, this is going to perform better.
I'm still trying to use the meter or learn how to use it correctly, because there's a lot of things that go into it. I feel like
biggest thing is pulling it out to begin with.
Yeah, I was gonna say it helps because when I go out, people ask what is it.
Yep.
And even if they don't ask what it is, I'll explain to them what I'm doing. And then if the next guy comes out, they're not gonna pull it out.
Yeah, ultimately the more you can know about glass and those coatings and how it translates to what the film's gonna do, and the more proficient you get with it, which you will over time, like you just are such a next level expert compared to the next guy, especially if they don't use it. A lot of times I'm only looking for a couple things.
Right? Did you see that video that I posted where they went exterior? I called you, and then they ended up, it actually ended up helping solve the problem. I followed up with him, and he was like, yeah, dude. He's like, I'm getting all this heat rejection now. And he was like, yeah.
So that's where you can get into crazy high heat rejection. You can actually get a 91 TSER, not infrared. That means you're actually blocking 91% of the heat coming through. 91%. That's insane.
Well, even having the coating on Surface 2 and triple silver, you can still go light, get heat rejection. You just have to go exterior. Yeah. You have to beat the heat to the coating. So, and I've posted that before, and some glass guy chimed in. Or someone chimed in like, well, it's still not going to lower the solar heat gain coefficient. You know, it actually is, because now all the heat that was hitting that coating is now cut down by
an exterior.
Yeah,
QXN blockade.
So QXN50 is a 65.
Huh?
SX50.
QXN.
Yeah, QXN 65 TSER.
So 65, or you can go QXN, which is QXN 40, which is now, I think that's 76% heat rejection. So now whatever's left over, that's what's hitting the coating, and the coating is still going to do its job too. So now the coating only has to work with that smaller fraction of heat rejection to where you are now improving that window before it even touches that coating. And the good thing about going with, say, SX50, QXN is that they're reflectors, not absorbers. There's plenty of ceramic films that you can put exterior, Pristine 70 from Edge, or even Prestige from 3M. Prestige is absorbing film. So you do have
high solar absorption.
Well, you have to watch when you do have that Surface 2 low E coating. You have to be careful with how much you absorb, because whatever absorbs is going to radiate into that coating. That coating is going to push it back into the film. It's going to overheat that panel. So that's why, like, SolarGuard has one, SX80, but they do not put a glass break warranty on it when it comes to Surface 2 coatings.
Applications on that window.
Because they know it's going to absorb too much heat, and it's going to raise the possibility of breaking the window.
Well, that's the other factor that, like, plays into TSER. That is the other reason why, just logically, you can realize why exterior works better. All films are going to have some absorption, and that absorption is going to radiate off the glass in both directions. But if you're on the outside of the low E coating, that low E coating is making sure that absorption is almost entirely outward. Whereas when you're on the inside of the window, that absorption that's happening is going to radiate in both directions, and the low E coating on the inside of the other window is kind of blocking it. So the radiant heat is trapped, even if it's a Surface 2 coating. So that's why the TSER is so much higher on the exterior.
You were saying you guys are going, like, anytime a customer wants heat rejection, it's like 90% of the time it's exterior.
No, you can go with the dark dual reflective.
Okay.
It's
commercial.
If you're looking for if you're looking for pure heat rejection and you don't care about the high reflectivity, you go exterior. And on commercial, you do that because there's desks and bullshit in your way.
And the warranty's close.
I was gonna
say, like a 10-year warranty.
How do you go about warrantying that? Because the warranties are less.
So the SolarGuard exterior is all 10 years. So compared to most interior films on a commercial, they're going to be 10 to 16. Yeah. Like 16 is the best you're going to find, which is panorama interior. But most manufacturers are only given a 10 to 12 year warranty on commercial anyways. So now that's the big downfall on residential. We still have residential customers that'll go with it, especially if the coding requires it, they're going to go with it. But on commercial, the warranty is really no different. So, and if their main concern is as high a heat rejection as I can get, I don't care if it's dark or even if they want it light, we'll go exterior like an SX50 or something. That's a 65 TSER on a 50% film is better than most dark films you can put on the interior. Even like a dual reflective 10 interior is only like 66% TSER. So you're getting the same heat rejection as a 10%, and it's, I mean, 50% is light, and it looks good.
You get all this? He's like, you're speaking Chinese right now to
well, you said
Frankie.
You're venturing more into flat glass. How was, I know since last time I saw you was Film Fest. How has business been since Film Fest? And I also see that you brought your children with you.
My child right here, the prodigy right here. Children. He's a grown man. Oh, he has a question for you. Go ahead and ask him.
How come you don't follow me back on Instagram?
You notice I don't follow most of anybody.
Okay. I'm hardly on there, so the fact that I do is
I don't look at my follow count. It's 200 and something. I don't follow
no birthday
nobody.
text, no nothing.
You should follow people back from the industry. What are you doing?
Yeah, I have more followers than you. I think I'm doing pretty good.
Oh, did you finally pass me?
Back to the question though.
Oh, cool.
Back to the question.
A tenth of what you follow.
That took a while.
Business has been good. I think there's been a lot of changes since the first podcast, since when we first met. I think now it's like I got a lot of like information from like high level industry people, whether it be you guys, Austin, the people that I've talked to. Because I always kind of viewed myself as like just an installer. So when I started my business, it was just mainly like hustle, like just make money, don't work for anyone, whatever. But I think now like my goal is to like really grow a business and a company, and sometimes even calling like fresh off the lot of company. It sounds weird, but business has been good. It's cool,
Well, the bigger question I kind of want to get to is, how did he find you? Or you find him? I know he's like what, 15, 14
17.
years old. Oh, 17, my bad.
17.
I just turned 17 on Sunday.
You knew that.
How'd you guys link up?
He was pretty much my next door neighbor, and I met him when I was like 11, 12. And then 2 years later, I was out of middle school. He just said, "Do you want to come work?" And just kicked it off.
Little under the cover employee or under the table employee, Take him. Actually, one of your first
allegedly.
Jobs, yeah, allegedly. I don't really care. Anyways, but one of the first jobs we went to, because I was thinking about this on the drive over, was we did a flat glass job for that dude that made us like the smoothies.
Oh, that was amazing.
So he was like 13 with me on like a flat glass job, and recently we just went back to go do his car, and again he was super young, and then the guy had seen him again, and he was like, "Dude, this kid's like huge now," you know what I mean? So he's been with me for a long time. But yeah, we met his neighbors, and he was like always around the block, huh?
Yeah, I would just talk to you.
Yeah, just come up to me, talk to me. I was sitting out of my garage, yanking film off the car, screaming, and I needed some help. So I was like, "Dude, if you want to come through and help me, let's go work." And then that's how we started.
For you, was it just to kill time? All right, I mean, like watching the Tint, because for us, it's fairly easy. It was the shop was our babysitter, so that's what we got drawn into.
I had no experience before meeting him because I grew up doing landscaping with my dad, my brothers. So that was a whole different environment going into it.
You knew what hard work was then. Yeah, that's the biggest trait that we look for when we're training anybody.
Being on the LA sun, like 10 years old, just helping picking up leaves, going to do whatever, and then met him, started working.
Now, from starting tinting to now, is it something you thoroughly enjoy?
Yeah, for some of it until there's some days where it's just tough.
No. I would say I'd like to tell you that goes away. That don't go away.
Yeah, but
Does having that landscaping background kind of like pull you back from that sometimes? Like, oh, at least I'm not fucking out doing landscaping.
I think about that all the time.
Yeah. I did one summer with my uncle when I was like 12 in California, where he was doing concrete. He had a pump, yeah. He had a concrete pump, and we would go out at like 4 a.m, roll up to jobs, set the pump up. They'd start pouring cement into it, and then like have to clean all the hoses out and stuff, and then go do it again like 3 or 4 times. Dude, after that summer, I came back. I was so ready to tint. Like, I'm not doing this.
Tinners were like really spoiled because even like my dad, like growing up, he was a diesel mechanic, so he fixed semi trucks, like engines on semi trucks and stuff like that. So I would go help him, and I told dude, since I was a kid, I was like, dude, I'll never do this. It's too hot. It's good money. But you transition that into like tinting indoors all day, you can't. You know, it's good payout. You're not breaking your back working, and you can make a lot of money.
Yeah, no, that sounds like that was our auto manager, Brendan. He was before he started working for us, he was working for his buddy's dad, which technically is like up the street. They would clean backhoes and big equipment, heavy equipment.
Yeah, it's
back
breaking, man.
Yeah, pay wasn't the best, and then my sister asked my dad to bring him into the company.
Yeah.
So brought him in, and then those two ended up not being together anymore. And my dad told her to begin with, like, if I train him, if something happens, he stays. He's not going nowhere. If I'm going to invest in him, and like he's one of our longest tenure employees. I think he's 18 years now. Technically, beyond employee, he's actually part owner now. Nice. We gave him a piece of the company.
Did you just fart, bro?
Heart card.
But I think you enjoy it, huh? Yeah, I would say
3 moments.
Yeah, we fight like brothers though. Like he pisses me off, I piss him off. Hey,
it's normal.
Yeah, it's normal. It is normal. But yeah, that's how we met. We met on the neighborhood, and he's kind of seen everything from like behind
beginnings.
Everything since this whole thing started.
So now we're jumping into competition.
Yeah, tinner battles, fly glass, and then heat shrink battles.
You're not doing auto? Why not? Aren't you an auto tinner?
I'd rather do flat glass.
Smart man.
Because he's coming after you.
Nah, I'm coming after Tim Master Pete.
Okay.
That's what I'm coming after.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I don't know, him blindfolded, I think you're gonna have a tall task. How many flat glass have you done?
I don't even know. That's the question for this guy. I don't know.
So that's none.
Well, he's installing. You've been installing all week.
All week. Yeah. all week.
So look. What day is it?
So look.
7 days.
So look. Look. Frankie is a great installer. Okay, he's
game time player.
He's seen
show up, see red.
He's seen the blueprint. Okay, which who's the blueprint, Ricky? Because he hasn't seen you.
Damn.
So I just so happen to be the blueprint.
The blueprint's surrounding you.
He's been. You know, I respect that. But I'm just saying, he's seen the blueprint, and he's been throwing up some square footage. We're getting him ready. He's gonna be ready. He's gonna be.
All right. So I'd say in a perfect world, Carlos puts Pete against you and me against you.
That's what Carlos is doing. He's gonna put him up against Pete. And
unless I step in.
What you gonna say you're gonna do?
I'm gonna grab the belt that I'm gonna wear.
Well, first you gotta make first you gotta make it past the first round.
I'm folding
and then you gotta make it.
Let me speak.
I'm the finals.
I'm grabbing the belt. I'm yanking it. I'm chasing him throughout to the back.
First off, Pete don't have the belt. The belt is over there. That's one of the belts over there. So
he said he's bringing his own belt.
He's bringing it off my waist. His ass. He's not talking about the belt.
Taking it off my waist.
He's bringing his own belt.
I'm chasing him with it.
You see how he did this thing? That means I'm gonna whoop his ass with the belt.
Yeah. Okay.
Talk to him, Josh.
I wonder if they're gonna have betting on this one.
Talk to him, Josh.
I wonder what the odds are gonna be because I don't know.
I did hear that this is gonna be head to head.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be whoever's window goes up. It's like the top 8 that get qualified into the
point system.
Yeah.
So it's head to head. If both your windows are trash, you're both disqualified. No one's moving on. Judges.
I hope
judges aren't gonna waste it.
I hope that the final round scores are blocked and it's not cumulative.
I think he'll probably do that because
I don't like that.
I think no, he won't do cumulative. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't like cumulative honestly because it's like
why you have to show up 2 days in a row.
Yeah,
like if anything, cumulative screwed me in Film Fest. I had the highest score in the finals.
Yeah,
I win if
like
that doesn't
exist.
exist.
Cumulative, don't get me wrong, but I think you made it to the finals. It's like it's free. It's like
Yeah,
it's
but
like
if you just limped in though,
it's like the Super Bowl. Like you got there.
Yeah. That's how WFCD used to be. They changed it last year.
Is it cumulative?
They did it last year. I'm assuming they're going to continue with this. Actually, I know they are.
I guess there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah. So I don't think Carlos will go to that, but from my understanding from me and him talked is it's going to be head to head. If both windows look immaculate, the judges can make the decision to score both of them. If both windows look like trash, they can walk right past both of them. So pretty much it's up to the judges to look at it and say like, all right, this is worth our time to judge, which that's what it should be.
Yeah.
So,
set it up. Me against you.
I'll talk to Carlos. Do it all in one round. You guys will be disqualified in the first round. I mean, it'd be a very quick trip for both of you.
It won't be a quick trip because we live right there. If anything, it's gonna be a
street.
So it's a real quick trip.
It's gonna be the longest, quickest trip I've ever made.
Yeah.
I might have to sleep in the Blue Ground Studios.
Is that the name of where this is?
You guys don't know the name?
No.
It's Blue Ground Studios.
Is that like famous?
That's where I'll be hoisting the trophy.
Is there going to be like shit and piss around the building?
In all seriousness,
is that a clean area?
In all seriousness, though, I do feel very much more prepared going into this after having 2 competitions under my belt because I feel like you need to have a mental preparation. The first time I competed, it was a complete blindside, but I think now like I know what to take. I know what kind of tools to take. I know because I would say competition tools are a little different than what you use on an everyday basis.
Yeah, I bring all nonsense with me.
Yeah, you need like little things, and then also just mentally getting like knowing like what the jitters are gonna be like. You know what center battles is gonna be. I'm more prepared. I'm a lot more prepared.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, for me competing wise, I mean technically this would be my 14th year competing in something, so it's. I mean, I went on a run, but I went on a run after I had the experience. Like, you need to have the experience. Yeah, you gotta.
It took me 4 years to make the
and
podium.
Me not to go.
No, 4 years to make the podium. You were there.
Oh,
let me finish.
Oh no! Sorry, I jumped the gun. Go ahead, keep going.
And then another 4 to win it
without me there.
Yeah, I'm doing all this in one.
That's cute.
It's adorable because
I hope you do, man. That'd be sick.
I remember 2012 when very first time I went to go compete. So like I thought the exact same thing, and then I got humbled real quick.
But I will say that like the shit talking and like I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna put like a chill to it because I think us as a group we're like pretty good at it, and it kind of like stirs things up. But I could kind of see, like, now looking back on the first comp, it's like, what was I saying, you know? Or it's like now, like, I could see where the seriousness goes within the competition. Because I told Carlos, I'm like, dude, you're very good at, like, perceiving these events as, like, an entertaining show. But when you're at these competitions, it's not entertaining. Well, it's not entertaining in, like, a bad way, but it's, like, very, very serious. Yeah. But the only thing not serious about it is Carlos and David Carley's commentating. That's it.
You gotta lock in.
Yeah.
You gotta get ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, it's when I started when I stopped partying after initial rounds and stuff, or on the first day getting there, that's when I got better. Like people still go out, and which I mean, like lately you've been falling back.
No, I haven't. You partying at Autobahn.
That's not a competition. That was a window film conference.
I saw you getting up early.
Yeah,
I watched the YouTube. What was it, like the documentary?
Yeah, Film Fest. Yeah. There was one day I didn't get up early, and that was because Randy Humphreys showed up out of nowhere, and I haven't seen him like in 3 or 4 years, and these are all good friends. So
yeah,
as soon as he showed up, I was like, oh shit, I'm not going to sleep tonight. Which I mean, I wasn't hungover anywhere like I was at the Autobahn conference. So like, but I just was sleep deprived. So, but it was.
You and Poppy had a good time, or what?
No, actually, that day before competing, we went and golfed. So it was like me, Dave Dillinger, Trey Tintz, John
Trey
Peru.
Tintz is Autobahn guy?
Yeah. John Peru, a couple other dudes I got to meet for the first time. We golfed until like 1 or 2 o'clock. And then like the second half, their conference was cool in the fact that the first few days, it was just group events. And then you can just go do what you want. Find a rep that's going to dinner somewhere. You can join them. I had a buddy that lives down there. I haven't seen him in some time, and I hadn't met his son before. So I Ubered over to his house, and then me and him went out to dinner, and we started drinking martinis.
Had a good time.
Yeah. I stumbled back in. I don't think it was at 2 a.m. I think I stumbled back in like around, because the restaurant closed, so probably like around 11 or 12. And like everyone was trying to, from what they told me, they were, no, stay down here, drink. And I turned around and I was like, no, And then I turned back around to the elevator, hit the button.
Yes.
I don't remember any of that. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember any of that. And I was like, how was I last night? They're like, no, you kind of just stumbled in and
Kind of wake up with a little anxiety, like, oh man, what happened?
Oh, I woke up still fully dressed in the clothes I was wearing the next day. And like, I'm looking at my watch. I was like,
did you have
shit.
your shoes and your hat on though? Did you wear a hat?
I had my shoes on.
You had your shoes on? Hey, that's what I used to do.
Yeah, I'm
Just go to
like,
sleep fully clothed.
I woke up and like the first thing is I looked at my watch because I knew I had to catch a bus. Right, what I should have done is I should have slept for 2 more hours and just Ubered to the hangar because breakfast was for the first 2 hours. There was no reason for me to be up. Like, not to say that breakfast wasn't good. Breakfast was great, but sleep would have been better.
Yeah.
So, and then also what I should have done is I should have went to a gas station, just grabbed like 2 beers and just kept it rolling because I would have felt so much better.
Yeah.
But shit the bed in auto, but did great in PPF. Won, ended up winning my round. Beat Poppy, beat Vin. He's another killer in PPF. So I mean, I had a great PPF round.
Yeah. I will say moving on in a competition is a good feeling.
Yeah.
Like I moved on this time around and I was like, that feels pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was like lining up with the people we were lining up against, I was like, this is kind of crazy right here. Yeah. You're going to be Insanes, Magic, Korea Tinner. Yeah, he's the only tinner in person that like every time I see him, I'm like, what the hell just happened? He's the only one.
First time I saw him was in 2014 in Baltimore. That was the first time I saw one of those rotary cutters.
Is that when we let him borrow the heat guns?
No, that was in Reno the next year.
Yeah, he's the only tinner. Like there's only so many ways to tint a window, but
his rotary cutter, that thing was, when I saw that,
the way he shrinks.
Yeah.
Dante was telling him, yo, we need a 20-second shrink. And he pulled it in like, I think like 21 seconds.
Yeah, I got
He was like, no.
Man, I got that 17-second shrink.
Yeah.
At the second fastest, and then I just creased my film.
Yeah, I witnessed it. Saw that. Top corner, no?
Yeah. Downfall to wet shrinking. There's not that much more play. And I was trying to rush.
But that window wasn't too curved.
No,
I thought it
I had
was
4 fingers in the window by the
a-
time I got done stretching
It's
it.
crazy how they did a C300 for that competition.
I should have been more aggressive and just pulled
Those defrosters
the
on some of
panel.
those cars were done.
Oh, completely.
Shot.
3 or 4 of those cars were destroyed.
Yeah. I wonder how that works for turning them back in. Because the deal was they had to be tinted.
They'll probably, most likely the insurance that Cash had to put on the event, they probably had to replace those windows.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Oh yeah.
Were they that messed up?
Dude, like
C3s
yeah.
are known for the defrosters coming off after you tint them.
Uh-huh.
They're just unfortunately
I
not
bet
built
you-
that well.
I bet you they didn't even look.
No,
We know
it
to
was-
look for
It
it.
was going back to a
That's
dealership
true,
of
I don't
friends.
think,
yeah.
No, like they know the person that owns the dealership.
Yeah, well, hopefully they don't watch this because I bet you they didn't even look at
I'm
the
snitching.
defrosters.
Oh, 100% they did. Thomas was already saying that the GM of that place was going to be like they retinted a couple windows on a couple of the cars because they knew that like
Well, that was a dumb choice then if everybody knows that.
well, it was the day of the event and we're picking the cars up. I don't think there's a pivot you can take there besides, oh shit, we're just gonna be
Oh,
eating
that was
some
just
stuff.
this is all we have, so take it.
Yeah.
That's all we have, so this is what you're gonna take.
Oh, no, they just wanted new cars.
Mm.
Brand new cars. And the trade-off was you get back 8 cars that are tinted in ceramic film. Which the funny part is some of those cars I think were tinted in 2 different types of film because depending on the person that was tinting them. So, yeah.
What?
No. This is we'll tell you guys after. No, nothing.
No.
So why not do auto? Scared to compete in too many divisions? Like
No.
you're already there. Why not? Like I've always looked at any competition I've gone to. The reason why I'm always in everything is because I'm there. Like, why not?
See, I could,
But scared. It's okay.
hand-cutting.
I understand.
Hand-cutting.
Yeah, he can't really hand cut. He's a plotter, baby. I got him as a plotter.
You've got 60 days. You have a car, right? He has a car.
He has a car. Yeah.
There you go. Start hand cutting.
Or is he gonna get sponsored by Green Valley?
No, it's sponsored by Worldwide Tint.
That was the thing.
Come on,
You're so adamant about
Spend it all
we
spending
sponsored
your
him
money.
in.
The
We already
Prodigy-
sponsored him in.
The Prodigy.
We sponsored him in already. He's there. He's
You
gonna
just give
win.
him like a half package.
He's gonna win off of performance alone. Like even if we
Yeah, he's
lose, we
competitive.
win because if one of our members win.
You said that on the last podcast.
All I know is when I do win, I want a one of one hat I want it stitched with the championship on the side of it. So I
When
expect
you
that
win.
when I win.
Who do you know who's signed up to compete? You guys know?
Well, it's the majority of
Heavy
the
hitters.
usuals. Yeah, it's the usuals.
Marcus, Joe. Those guys are good.
It's in our city though.
Nah, this will be probably the toughest one to win ever. I'm
Nah,
guessing there's gonna be a lot more
50% of it, the people there are going to be from LA. I'm not worried about those people. The usual heavy
We're
hitters.
not worried about those people.
No, the biggest keyboard warriors in the industry. Like I don't go to competitions because I'm busy, and it's just like, okay.
You know what's funny?
Those are the people we're worried
You know
about.
what's funny? There was a guy that I got on the phone with, who I forgot what. Oh, he needed help on like a big commercial job, and I don't really like to, whatever. So somehow, some way, he started asking me about like worldwide tint, and then he was like, "Yeah, you guys go to all those competitions, but like I don't find them to be necessary, or that's for like guys like yourself that are like
proving my point."
Okay, so then he posts on his story that he's gonna be at the Tinter battles in LA, and I said, "Hey, I thought that this was just for guys that are like characters that like to dress up and whatever." But here you are, like,
Well, see,
what's funny?
what they're going to run.
They really want to be there behind the scenes. They really want to go. I think.
It's one of the cool.
Oh, they've talked themselves into
Yeah.
a corner because they talk a certain way as if like that's just you're just doing that because you're just trying to be out there. It's like no, competing is just fun in general. But I'm mostly going
It
to
is fun.
I'm going to network. I'm going to talk with other installers, talk with other businesses, see what's working for them in their area. That's where the real value is at. Competitions are just for fun. And if you think that you can just walk into a competition, like you can be a killer in your shop. When you go into the competition, it's not the same install. It is, but it isn't. It's a completely different environment, especially at Tinter battles because it is loud as hell and rowdy. So it's like if you're not used to that kind of setting, especially if you think like when we get 15 minutes for the one door in the prelims, like 15 minutes is a long time for one door. If you've already got yourself, like you're in your shop, you got your first car done and you're just rolling, like, yeah, you can knock a door out in 10 minutes or less. But when you're going from not installing anything to, and go, you got 15 minutes and it's your first and only window of the day. All right. Are you going to be able to perform? Yeah. Are you going to be able to perform at the same rate?
That's why I prefer, if you're gonna first time compete, I think Tinter battles would be better. I like the noise and stuff. I think it's actually more like distracting, and I was the least nervous I think I've ever been, even on the automotive side at the last Tinter battles. Compared to WFCT, it's like
WFCT singles. You think maybe that had to do because you were competing with your brother?
What do you mean?
That kind of helped like nervousness, or
no? I think WFCT. There's only been 1 year where I actually felt like calm.
didn't you win?
That was
WFCT?
2022 was the only year.
Why are you laughing?
Because he decided not to go because he knew I was going to kill it that year. I made the business decision. It was a big argument between us.
It wasn't a big argument. It was a business decision. Our thing has always been up until like now. It's because we have more of a team. It doesn't. We still do the same thing, but not really. It used to be we were having internal competition. If you make the finals of any division when you go, you get to go back again.
Mm-hmm.
So I made the finals of PPF in 21. It should have been my bid to go. And Brendan was supposed to go because he didn't go the previous year. So we were like alternating to where he was, no, it's my turn to go.
I was saying both of us should go.
And I was telling him we can't do that because we have to run our business and we didn't have the team that we have right now. So instead of me trying to convince, which I did try to begin with, talk to Brendan, like, and try to like convince people to convince him. And I thought about it, like, no, I'm the CEO of the company. Like, I need to make the mature decision here. And it's like, you know what? You go, just make sure you win. One of us has to stay behind and run the company. Like we just didn't have the manpower we have right now. So I elected to stay behind and I sent him. And which when I did it, he knew exactly what I was doing because it was straight out of one of the books that he gave to me, Extreme Ownership, Jocko. And it's like, no, that like my job is to make this company money, not go compete and try to make a check or try to get publicity.
Right.
If I'm able to do it, awesome.
It's a bonus.
Yeah. So at that time, I stepped back and said, you know what? I'm going to go to the Panorama meeting in September. I needed that anyway. I needed to be around that network of people just because where we were growing as a company, that was our 2 years into running the company. And it's like, I needed more growth there. So I sent him instead. I said, you know what? I'm not going to go. You go.
Yeah.
Which then he was still mad because he's like, no, we both need to go. I was like, believe me, I want to go, but business wise, it doesn't make sense right now.
It's a smart move. Sacrifice that.
Yeah.
One of the Miller
Believe me, I
brothers.
was watching when they were announcing the winners. I was watching the live on my phone. I was in Trader Joe's at the time. So like as they're announcing it, I was like,
You're like, that should have been
let's
me.
go. No, it's a win for the company.
Yeah.
Like I mean, we were the only company that we carried that title for 3 years straight.
Yeah.
Like
You guys put that in all your quotes you guys said last time too, huh?
our folders has all of our championships in them.
Yeah. I also noticed people that go to those competitions, like the people that are usually there, they usually have a product that they're offering back to the industry too. So it's like you go there to network your product that you're selling. Like in our case, the apparel, tools.
No,
You know?
I would say that's the next step
Yeah.
that you can make. It would be to do that, especially if you're going to go to all of them. That then makes sense.
Yeah.
Like me going to Film Fest was purely because I wanted to put Tint Lab out there.
Same reason why we went.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why now we're going to WFCT. So it's just, again, to get more publicity behind Worldwide 10. And then it's crazy because now we're actually kind of working out some like pretty bigger things that we talked about yesterday. So, but yeah, I think those events are great if you have a product to offer back to the industry. If it's just strictly to compete, I can see why people kind of miss out on it. But I think everybody should do it once.
yeah, but usually when people go, they eventually, as soon as they go and they experience it, they're like, okay, I get it now. I understand now. Like even for like a lot of my guys that, you know, in Reno last year, we brought the entire team up and they all
competed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why when you look at the promotional material for WSUT this year, all the ads and stuff they're putting out, you see one of my shirts.
Jerseys.
You see one of my shirts one way or another.
Yeah.
Either on Marcus, on Chris Peterson, on me, my brother. Like our shirts were everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that to me, that was what I wanted to do last year. I wanted to make an
how
impression.
I first saw you guys. I think WFCT was like heavily posting like content, and I would just see your guys' shirts.
Yep. It had the exact effect I wanted it to have. Is I wanted to be noticed. I wanted our company to be noticed in every way possible.
And you guys will be there this year?
Me and him are going. Yeah. We're doing. He's gonna. Which technically he's done better than me in auto lately, so he's got a better chance than I do. But we're doing auto, flat, and then we're gonna do decorative too, since they opened it up to 3 divisions. So,
yeah, I'm doing flat and auto.
Just do PPF.
I don't know how to do PPF.
You got 70 days.
Yeah.
Go to a class.
That's down the line. Somebody will outsource it for me. I'll outsource it to somebody.
Yeah. If you are doing flat, I would stick with that.
I would just stick with flat. I would, because would you ever think of relocating? Yeah, I'm not trying to shit on Palmdale because that's some of my family lived there and I think still does. But would you ever relocate?
Yeah, that's one of the things we talked about. I'm heavily considering it.
Yeah. So I know the one thing we've pushed is just do strictly flat and not even venture into the auto space only because of the overhead of when it comes to having a shop. I was thinking between our conversation yesterday and today, do auto, but just do mobile. Because what ends up happening is if you put out your content the way you're doing, whatever location you say you pick to go to in California, if you were just pushing auto and mobile and they just want you to come tint their car, okay, cool. Go tint their car. Just wherever you send them to go tint that car, you make sure they have a glass meter on them after they get done tinting the car. Like, hey, you know what? We can do this for house. Like, can I care if I meter your window real quick? I can let you know what we can help, reduce your energy bill. Like, you're already at their house. You've accomplished what you want to do. You want to get there. That's one good conversation I had with Gabe from Gabe's auto detailing is he does mobile detailing and he's going to use that as a funnel for houses because he's
flat.
Yeah, because he's already going out and doing these high-end details for these vehicles. He's already in front of their homes. He's like, I'm going to put a meter in my dude's hand and tell him to go meter them windows and measure up. And like, because you're already there. You've already earned their trust to where you're washing their car or you're tinting their car.
Yeah.
Now you can tell them like, hey, also, you can do this for your house? Like, yeah, dude, I can save your energy or it's got somewhere where you want to have a little bit more privacy, whatever it is.
And the wrapped vehicle factor too. Like you're in that neighborhood, your vehicle is going to get you work. Like we get work from jobs we're on all the time. So like even just being there for the mobile work might not be them that does their house, but maybe their neighbors see that you're there. And
I give people the Eric DeVos script. I just tell them, hey, like, by the way, we also tint houses. It doesn't have to be dark. But some of it is just for privacy and heat rejection. If you're ever interested, you know who to call. Like we do that a lot. So But that's again just a funnel because I'm already there. They know that I tint, and my van says residential commercial. So that's usually if they're not asking me, I always bring it up. I tell them.
But cross sell is the biggest advantage of doing automotive in my mind.
Yeah, to me, it's all.
Well, that's why I was kind of thinking of what we talked about. It's like, I think if I build it correctly, which I think now I have more so the mindset to like really grow a team, where I don't think I even had that 6 months ago. If I grow it correctly, I don't see any reason why I can't go into any market and dominate.
Yeah.
Both sides. That's the only reason why, because flat glass is so easy to teach and scale.
Yes.
As the biggest thing is just knowing the glass and, but the sales, I feel like I'm really good at sales. Like, I know what to say. Like, that's the biggest thing, like from the events that I've gotten and like with all the people I've talked to, like I know how to speak a language of the film that I didn't know how to do that in years past. And now I'm starting to see that with that blend within the social media and like kind of like the trajectory that we're going, it's like I could see where, now long term it could be really big.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like that market that I'm in is good because the Palmdale market is very unique. Where it's like a pocket. So you go up the hill and you have 200,000 people pigeonholed to like 15 tint shops. But if I were to like go down to a bigger market, I can start targeting multiple different cities and area codes that if I have the correct whatever, people will drive to me because it's closer, it's more accessible.
Yeah.
So I think that's more so why I'm thinking of the full like relocation.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing with location obviously is finding the best location you possibly can on the cheapest budget you possibly can.
Yeah.
Just to keep your overhead.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously that's the game plan. Is if you can find a place that's in a great location and great cross streets, and then it's not too pricey.
And then also, like, you're gonna need a storage for flat, anyways.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say. What you do if you just go the route of just mobile, you can probably find a location that's just like a bay door, like industrial, cheap, because it's not the best location in the world because you just need a headquarters to put your company vehicles, to put your flat glass film, have a staging area to cut your film to begin with.
Google business listing has an address.
Yeah. I think right now my biggest thing is I want to push the most reviews because I'm at 176. So I feel like before anything even happens, like bare minimum needs to be 200 plus.
That'll help.
That's where, I don't know, having the new address ahead of time, like even if, the area we were talking about before, you could set that up ahead of time with something cheap just to have that business listing
out there.
Because you're not going to be able to transfer your business listing to a new address. I don't think.
I have no clue.
The Google My Business?
Yeah.
It says you can. If you keep the same account, you just switch the address that it's tied to.
Well,
I have seen problems.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to score it, though. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah. No, I think you can. I could be wrong, though. Don't quote me on that. But that's why I've been pushing like reviews.
Yeah.
Like I've jumped like 16 reviews in like the past month.
Yeah, reviews are huge, man.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's where the social media has helped a lot too, because like now it's like people want me, and the reason I bring him along to everything is because if eventually he's gonna stick around, like people need to know who he is too.
I've seen that with you starting to make him stand in front of the camera. It's smart.
Yeah.
The same thing I told Allie when we sat down with her at SEMA is like, she's like, yeah, but how do you deal with customers that just want you to do it? It's like, you need to start showing your team.
They're going to start seeing this pod.
Yeah.
That's like the whole part of it too. So, but yeah, I think the social media has helped a lot because now it's like people will call. I would say I'm not the most expensive in town, but I'm not the cheapest. I'm like above the market for sure. But like people don't even care.
No, the avatar you should be aiming at is someone who cares about quality and that you care about their time.
Yeah.
You respond to them quickly. You get to them quickly, get the job done, have high quality installation with it. Those people will pay for that.
I had one yesterday that it's funny because we just shut off our voice answering AI.
When people were like,
just because we've gotten a lot of complaints and it's not there yet, but it was only supposed to be answering after hours.
It was, and people weren't liking it.
But this customer is like, yeah, he named a local competitor. I got a hold of them. They told me they were going to come at 4 yesterday. And then at like 4:15, I messaged them back and they're like, oh yeah, our guy's on the way. And he's like, yeah, but it's after 4. And he had like a long conversation with it, and he realized like, man, this is AI and nobody ever shows up. He calls them and is like, we don't have anything on the schedule. So he called us and had us come out, and it's like almost a $5,000 security film with a little bit of solar control on the second floor. And, you know, I know that other shop was probably less than half our price. He didn't question the price at all. Just we happened to be the first one to get there. Showed him some good options. And you guys
just established so much authority with everything you guys have to show.
Yeah, and like he got an immediate response from us. He immediately got scheduled for a concert. Like that stuff matters. I could have gone in there and given him the half that price quote, which I know competitors are. He would have approved that too. That means I just missed out on, you know, $2,500 on upside because people are afraid to charge more.
Yeah.
But it's like every customer is not going to be your customer. The person that's price shopping when you're at $450 for ceramic or $650 is still going to go with the cheaper price no matter what. The person that cares about quality probably doesn't care about that difference.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, it's like, are you tracking your close rate on everything, especially on the flat glass side?
No. So
that's like the number one piece of advice I'd give people is track that. Like you're using Tintz, right? Yeah. Like how many consultations did I go on? How many of them approved?
Yeah.
And like,
which with Tintz right now,
Tintz you could basically,
you can do it.
Yeah.
You can look at your consultations booked versus jobs.
Yeah. How many proposals did I send out? How many closed? And like, look at that percentage. If it's really high, that means you can raise your prices.
Yeah.
A good closing rate would be what?
40%.
40%?
40%
closing rate?
40% means your price is dialed in pretty good. If you start creeping higher, 50, 60%, raise your price.
Even Alex Hormozy goes as far as saying like you can get it down to 30. We've never gone that extreme. But like 40 says that like you're close to the edge of where you could be. There's possibly room to increase. But
that's
like just
a good way to see where you're pricing.
Well, yeah. So now you're not guessing, right? Yeah. Like based off of how I'm selling, what I'm offering, all of those things is now being tested against the market. If let's say you're at $10 a square foot and you're closing 8 out of 10 consultations, which I don't know how many people I've talked to Tint Lab that everybody does it because salespeople have egos and they want to close as many as possible. I'm closing like 70, 80% of the leads I'm going or the consultations I'm going on. Like, all right, that's good news. That means you got a lot of profit you can pull out of your business like right now immediately. Like double your prices. Oh, everybody's afraid that they're going to lose all their customers. Most likely you could go from 10 to 20 if you're truly at an 80% close rate and you're going to stay well above 40. You'll probably still be in the 50 range because you could actually over double it at that. I think Hormozy's advice is like you could triple your price. But play with it and then test it and look at what the results are. If you go from $10 a foot to $20 a foot, 80% close rate, even all the way down to a 40, you've just collected the same amount of money. You have half the material cost, half the labor cost, half the time. All that extra time, if actually then applied to follow-ups, extra consultations, marketing, all of those other things.
I don't see why there's any reason why I wouldn't be able to play with that. Just because, again, like now when I show up to like a full consultation, like I know what I'm doing.
Confidence. You need the confidence too to be able to do it. Like even seasoned people in the industry are afraid to do it.
Yeah, I can see where that could come into play. But I mean, most people don't even know what the flat glass market is, most customers. So when you're the first bid and you show up and you establish that authority and you stand out, like they're going to say, well, I want to go.
And on a high-end home, like how much did the shutters cost? How much did the high-end blinds cost? I'm
starting to sell a lot more like UV protection for the furniture. Like you have really expensive furniture in front of all these windows. The last thing you want to do is for this to fade.
How dark are you going?
In terms of what?
The film.
Yesterday we installed a 25% DR.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just don't go.
How light will you go for that?
Yeah.
For UV?
Yeah. This is a trick question.
Yeah, I don't know the correct answer to that.
Don't ever go lighter than 40% if you're selling on protection.
So the reason, that's a good thing that you brought up. So I always tell people, in order to reduce glare, you can't do 50 or 70. It's got to be 35.
Yeah. Well, even for for fading purposes.
So for fading, 50% below.
40%.
40% below.
40%. You have to at least knock out that much visible light to control as much of it as you possibly can.
And if they really need it to not fade, go dark.
You need to control 3 things: UV, which every film does that, 99.9. Solar, so heat, VLT. Got to go down to 40%. And then there's like 9% in that equation that can't be accounted for. And that has to do with climate, what their air setting is on the inside. Like,
yeah, it's kind of rare that I'm installing a 50 or 70 anyways.
Yeah.
Most people say like, I want some tint on there.
Yeah.
There'll be people that want clear, but they want UV protection.
Yeah.
And just be careful because it's not going to work as good as they think it is.
It will improve, but as long as you set that expectation with them, like, hey, I could put 70 on there and I'm going to like 60%, 65% of what is damaging your furniture, I can control. But if we don't go darker, we're going to lose out on that other 35% and it's still going to fade. And you still have to set the expectation. Even putting this on here, there is a possibility that it's still going to fade. It's just going to take much, much longer. Way longer. Because we've put 30% on, and usually the colors that fade out the quickest is or change color, green and red.
Yeah.
Those two are the ones that usually have the biggest distinction.
I just realized I had the perfect opportunity yesterday to take a picture of fading at the hotel I went to yesterday. The room they're remodeling had a bunch of stuff mounted on the wall. All east-facing windows, and they're like, yeah, look what it did to the wood, because they took everything off the wall, and the wall just looked like there was a bunch of dark spots of where they had the wall covered up. I should have taken that picture.
That's been built. City Center has been up since 09, 08.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this could be a thumbnail right here. Just got a lead on Tint right there. Tesla Model Y.
Definitely within Tint you should be able to track all your closing rates. It will eventually get to a point as you keep scaling.
That's super easy to track though.
Yeah.
Very easy to track. Yeah. It's just
right now, as soon as you start scaling, if you don't have the appropriate things in place, it becomes an absolute nightmare. Like we still obviously we use
making it easier.
It is, but like obviously we still use Tint.
You guys don't charge for consultation?
No.
It's free.
Yeah. I mean,
now, if you have to travel really far, we might.
Yeah.
If we have to go to Pahrump, Mesquite, pretty much if it's like an hour and a half out from where we are, they have to, because what we'll try to do is try to coach them through just measuring the windows, and then we'll let them know like, all right, just we can get a rough square footage, and then we can give you a price on what films would solve the problem you're looking to solve, and then when our guys go out, we'll have them put the meter on the window, and pretty much that is going to pick the film for you, and that's what it'll cost. If you're cool with that cost, all right, let's move forward. And then they'll bring all the film with them. They'll head out, meter the windows, remeasure everything, and it'll just become a day trip.
Yeah.
And then we'll put like probably like $500 trip charge on it, depending on how far out it is.
Yeah.
But like we'll go anywhere. Like I've had people, we've been to Oakland before, stayed at a house in Bel Air. Actually, Carol Shelby's house in Bel Air.
Really?
That one was.
How long ago was that?
Oh shit!
It's before he passed, right?
08. I had my
No.
Yeah, that was a while ago. That was when my dad was still tinting, so that was been a minute. So
18 years ago.
Yeah, so that I don't care where, especially now that I know the people that I do know now in the network I do have. If it's anything in California, I'm calling, depending on what part of California it is. Yeah, I'm outsourcing it. Someone I trust. Like, and the same thing with Phoenix, Dallas, Nashville. Like,
did you guys ever give a quote to that hotel in Georgia? I saw the video.
No, we should have.
You're like, I see a bunch.
Well, it was dual pane with a laminate glass on, I think, the interior with coating too. So it would have had to been exterior, and they probably would have to go with something clear, not to change the appearance of the building, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, me and Mike bullshitted about it. But we're like looking around,
Yeah,
it's like nothing but glass everywhere, and it's like
Yeah.
this wouldn't be a bad market to be in.
When you guys travel, do you guys ever put ads out there?
No,
No.
Yeah.
It's like potentially land a job or something. It's
Nah.
not even worth it.
not worth the money.
Yeah.
I would rather the jobs I would want to look outside of my market would just be like in government jobs, either school districts or big buildings, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that is, you, instead of advertising for that, you have to have a team that's going to go hunt for those. Go look on what's the damn Construction Connect?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a couple different websites you can go out where all contractors just put their plans out there, and then you just got to comb through them. And if you find something that has a need for tint or graphics or something like that, you can submit a bid, and then they'll look at your bid. Now, there's plenty of companies that have like their sales team. They don't market. That's what their sales teams does. Cold calls, either property management, contractors, and that's how they go after their jobs.
Yeah.
So, and you can absolutely run a business like that, because the guys I'm thinking of, one of them is going to be Steve Clark. He's up in Northern California. He's one of the bigger panorama dealers.
What's the name of his company?
He's got a bunch of them that are all kind of under a big umbrella.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, beyond him, you have in Oregon, you have Jared. He's Pacific Window Tint. He was Panorama Dealer of the Year last year, and I think he's won that like 5 times in the past 20 years. Yeah, he's a monster. Like anything in Oregon, like he dominates that market.
I got a FedEx to call in like an event center that are interested in tint. So yeah, I'll be calling them right now.
Being in California, have you guys come across a lot of bird strike projects or no?
No, I haven't seen it.
That's
I saw Joe's. He said that he got a few calls now.
They're doing a lot of bird strike.
Well, that's where
Steve doing a lot of.
That's where Steve Clark's cleaning up right now.
I think we kind of just
area.
Our main what we do the most of in flat is residential.
Well, that's like my thing. Like the big thing, like I will point, especially even for like Tint Lab, the one market that doesn't get service, it does, but it doesn't, is high-end residential. Like most big markets,
are the best clients too.
Those are the best clients that where you can not say charge what you want to charge, but you can have the higher price because the things that they care about is going to be their time and quality.
In their home, who's stepping in your home, who's working.
And as soon as you get into one of them and get one done, then you're in their network. And then you, as long as you take care of them and you get the referral, and you can get a referral, then you get passed around.
That's
where you want to be.
Happened. So like the biggest gun shop in my city, I tinted his office. Huh?
His part.
Yeah, 308 Industries, and then he now referred me. I did security on my buddy's storefront, and then now we did his house. So with him, we've made good money through that.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, so like 55%, I think 55 to 60% of our business is referral.
Yeah,
or
repeat.
That's
the best.
Or repeat referral.
Yeah, those two combined.
Referral repeat. It's those. And I think last year we spent about. So we're 7% into paid marketing. I want to try to get it. We should be able to get it down to like 5-6% because of our referral rate. Like, and we have a long-standing brand. But like, if we were to spend 10%, and as long as the return's there, I could care less. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, if for every $100 I spend, I make 1,000.
And you guys have teams to go do it to keep up with the ad spend.
Yeah. Right now, we haven't had to bring any subs in yet. We have like 3 or 4 fairly large projects that it's waiting for the domino to fall. When those dominoes do fall, like our regular work isn't going to go nowhere, and I'm not going to clog my entire schedule and not book my guys or book somebody on those jobs that are already coming in right now. So those weeks, I will 100% be reaching out to people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've got more big jobs pending right now than probably ever.
And all of them, all within reasonability that they're going to pull the trigger. It's just that's the downfall with big commercial jobs.
They said I went to Autofilm Mastery. They said like a $0 to $2,000 job, like you can close that in a few days. 2,000 to 4,000 is like a week to 2 weeks, and then anything above 5 is like it's gonna take some time to close.
10 below should be closed that day.
Yeah,
10 below.
Yeah, like the one he was talking about yesterday. His last consultation of the day, $44,000 or $4,400 job. He closed it yesterday.
Yeah.
Like at least that's what we're seeing is anything, because our high-end residential is probably anywhere between obviously the 2,000 to like 10,000, and those are closing. Like we just closed a $6,700 one on. We just did it last Saturday too. It was exterior film for turf burn. It was 163 square feet for $6,700. So I wouldn't say that necessarily. I think if anything, they just need to bump their prices up. Like if you're working a $5,000 job for 7 days, it's like who's going out to try? Like your closer should be closing on spot. That should be the objective. If not closing the next day.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, that's
cars. I could understand. A car.
When I go out to give a quote, I'm like, I'm here to sell.
Close. Yeah, you don't want no one else to come out. You want a deposit. If they say yes, you get a deposit from them. They stop searching. If you don't, you leave the door open for them to keep looking around to see if they can find, because everyone's going to try to find the better deal, the better option. That's just human nature. It is what it is.
And then it's like a balance.
I don't blame people for it.
No, absolutely
I don't
not.
blame people for it, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're gonna do what they end up doing. You just gotta show up and stand out.
Yeah, you got to show them you don't need to look further than us, because either A, they've already had someone out there, and then now you've come in and you've blown their socks off with your customer service, and like you're obviously them trust.
Shoes off.
It's the stupidest thing in the world that people still don't do. It's just like, why? And it's like I'm technically one of those consumers that spends money in that range if I'm doing a project in my home. And to be honest, when I have contractors come in, as soon as like I hold that against them. Like, if you're not setting the standard for your company, what are your guys going to do? You guys are going to come in and not give a shit about my house. Yeah. And I have a problem with that. And if they don't care about that, like, how much do they care about the quality of their work? Like, all that comes into account. I can't tell you how many people I've walked into their homes, and as I'm taking my shoes off, thanking me, thank you for doing that. And the last guy came in here, just walked all over the place. So like, that was a person who didn't want to point it out. It made them feel awkward in their own home to say, hey, can you take your shoes off? For me personally, when someone's coming into my house, I don't care. They go to walk in, dude, shoes off.
I ask them, say, hey, do you care if I take my shoes off? You want me to take my shoes off? Or
don't even ask. Just do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Because now you're also still putting them in, like, majority of the people, they're not going to feel awkward. But maybe like 20, 30%, you're going to make them feel awkward answering that question. And now you just lost some trust capital with them.
And I have it happen all the time where I just start taking them off. And as I'm stepping in, they're like, no, leave them on the floor.
And then it looks even a little more pro, though, or the booties. Like,
you do those too.
Throw them on.
I personally don't like booties because I was installing with them. I never liked installing with them. So my shoes always just came off. So it's just
like real soft.
Yeah,
real soft. Like,
and then again, if you're going to take your shoes off, make sure you're not wearing white socks. And if you are, make sure they're fucking clean. Wear black. Like as an installer, I always wear black socks, because we had an installer that used to work for us. Like he was telling me about, he had a customer where he took his shoes, like, told him to take his shoes off. He did. And then she pointed out how dirty his socks were.
Oh, I have better than that. We had a dude come on a job with us. He wasn't working for us for long. Goes to take his shoes off on a residential job, and he didn't even no socks. Like, I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Is that Jack Hair?
Wait,
no.
He walked in, took his shoes off, and was barefoot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit's better be pedicured and shiny.
He was not with us long.
That's a different animal, right? Wow. So what did you tell him? You like told him like?
Yeah, I don't even remember. I just remember being shocked. Like, are you kidding me? Like.
Well, we try to now.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. We make sure that we have, every person that works for us, like, do you want booties? Or if we have a subcontractor, it's like, do you want booties? We'll provide the booties.
I think the only reason why the booties look better is because you took the extra steps to go purchase that. You're gonna go buy it. They saw that. They see you putting it on, and you go do the thing.
Yes, but also depend on the culture too, because certain houses you're gonna walk into, you see all the shoes out front. Booties or not, they don't want those shoes in the house. They just don't.
Very true.
I mean, there are plenty of homes I've walked in, and that's usually the biggest telltale sign. As soon as you walk up, and if in front of the door they have the whole family shoe collection out front, you better be covering or taking them off no matter what. Well, don't even ask, you know the answer. Or when you open the door, you see the shoe collection right by the front door. You know what type of house it is. They just don't want shoes in their house, and don't judge them on it. I've been asked, or I've taken my shoes off in a house where it's like I've opened the door and I can see the glare off the tile, and the house was not in. It wasn't clean. Put it that way. It's white tile, wasn't clean. Took my shoes off. He's, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't know why. I'm pretty sure like my shoes are probably cleaner than your floor right now. But all right, I'm gonna throw these socks away when I'm done. But it is what it is. But some people don't want to walk around in socks in someone's home because they don't know how clean that person is. I get that. So yeah, booties. One of the two. Don't even ask the customer. Just do it.
Yeah.
There will be plenty of customers. Dude, I got dogs. I don't give a shit. It's like, done. And that's a hard rule for any of my guys that go into someone's. Do not make a customer ask you. Do not ask a customer.
What do you guys do with like dog situations in somebody's home?
Most
like if they're around you while you're working and stuff, and the dog's like real playful.
If it becomes a nuisance, you gotta have a conversation with the customer.
Yeah,
but that doesn't happen.
No, it's very rare.
Like, well, what does end up happening sometimes when you're giving the quote, like the dog will be like kind of like all over you. But I have happened. It's like sometimes
pet him, itch him. What's his name?
No. Yeah,
I love this breed.
That's what I do.
I was thinking about getting this dog too.
That's what we do. But I'm saying like sometimes like when we're like setting up the install, if I could tell like the dog's just gonna be like around, I'll tell hey, listen. I love dogs, but is it okay just for the installation? Just maybe
there's some dogs that just chill though. At the
Yeah,
client's
they're
house?
great dogs, but I'm saying like usually like once you get started, they'll end up leaving. I guess more so for like mobile jobs. If I see that they're gonna be inside the garage in and out and they're just walking, I just usually tell them like,
Well, I just word that in the sense of, hey, we try to control the environment around us as much as possible. Anything drifting through the air, we don't want to get it into the film. So yeah, there's definitely an off ramp there where you can let them know, hey, pretty much I need your dog to piss off right now.
yeah.
I find most people on residential, if they know the dog's gonna be a problem, they put them away. Like I haven't come across it too much.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
Usually
it's
dogs-
the opposite. I feel like it tends to be the opposite. Like,
Yeah, no, it hasn't been my experience.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like usually dogs are scared shitless.
Maybe
of
it's
film.
a Cali thing.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
like,
say.
I don't know. Like, I feel like usually the dog will be like floating around me, and if I don't say anything, like they're just kind of,
Yeah.
which most of the times they're chill. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a conversation you can have with your customer and explain to them that you can't have air being kicked up and stuff being kicked up while you're
Yeah.
installing because you want to put out the highest quality installation. Like they're like, gotcha. Let me go put them in a room.
Yeah.
So what do you see that for your company this upcoming year? For you, where do you see yourself getting to? And then for you, where do you see yourself? I would say, I guess you still have another year of high school. So by the time you get out of high school, where you're projecting, what are your goals for the industry and let alone for where you're at right now? Start with Chris.
Mainly just growing, just implementing all the stuff that I've learned throughout this year. Kind of said like this was like the year that I've learned the most, like my rookie year is what I call it. But like, I feel like when I heard a lot of the information, I wasn't ready to receive it.
Yep.
Like it kind of like shocked me, and a bit of the conversations that I was having, it was kind of intimidating, like hearing like a lot of the business information that somebody that doesn't come from a business background is not used to hearing. So now it's just implementing, and being ready to implement. Because like I said, it's just mainly going to be growth and like putting a focus on like more delegating through a team, and like we were saying, potentially like just kind of like a bigger move within, hopefully by the end of the year. I'm thinking that'll probably be the timeline that it's going to end up being. Yeah.
One thing that stuck out to me there, you said being ready. You'll never be ready. Just implement and then always be ready to make changes as it goes along. No decision, majority of decisions are not irreversible. They are irreversible. Test and iterate. Test it, see how it goes. All right, this is working great. This is what we're doing. All right, this is what we're doing. Oh, this isn't working at all. Go back to what you were doing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, you can look at it like, oh, I just lost money over the 2 weeks by trying that. No, you just learned over the past 2 weeks that we're not going to do it this way. We're going to try something different. So go back to what was working and then see where we went wrong within those 2 weeks of whatever you're implementing, either delegating something to somebody or marketing or whatever it would be. Like, I would say that was my biggest problem. And now I've gotten better at it to where it's just, you just have to implement. That's the big thing, is you have to move and action it. And then you can get the data from actioning it. And then you can decide like, all right, was this a positive or was this a negative?
Mm-hmm.
It's a negative. Obviously, just step back a little, go back to what you were doing. Because if you don't implement it, you're never going to know. So.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. Just implementation of like the things that I've learned.
Yeah.
Just.
And definitely can understand the feeling of not being in a spot of like, I've got the information, but I wasn't ready for it. Like me going to the conferences for Panorama when I was a younger age, I was surrounded by killers, and they're still, the majority of them are still there.
Kind of scary, man. Like I had conversations with a lot of like, what I would consider the top of the industry.
Old dudes, you can say it.
Older dudes that have made a ton of money. And again, when I started my business, I just didn't want to work a 9 to 5. I wanted to make money and I was ambitious. That was it. But then when I started having those conversations, I'm like, okay, there's levels to this.
There's different seasons.
Yeah,
without a doubt. There's different seasons.
And I'm like, when I kind of heard all that information, like I said, it was really fucking shocking. Excuse my language, but like really shocking. And I was like, dude, am I ever gonna get to that point? But now I feel like I'm mentally prepared to like start implementing what needs to be done to get to that point.
And attack one thing at a time.
Yeah.
What is the most important lever you can pull? And this is stuff that, like, for us, like, yeah, we've been in the industry for a long time and we've been operating our business now since 2020. But until we brought on, we took our next step, bringing on a business mentor, and then actually really diving into things, like that's when things really started changing.
How long have you guys been working with Pineda?
Just 2.5 years.
And that's where the most growth has came from.
Yeah, well, yes. In that time period, we had growth before that, but getting to that growth number, not knowing where our problem areas are, and we finally hit a plateau to where it's like we can do these multiple things, but having someone to guide us in the fact of like breaking things down, going, all right, well, this is the most, like, these are things that need to be done. This is the most important one you need to pull right now. We'll see the most change with this. Yeah. After we have that so and so called fixed, which it never is, you have it good for right then you move on to the next one. Then you move on to the next one. And then by the time you're done with all that, what's going to happen? You plateau again. And then you cycle through all the same things again. Look at your offer. Look at your marketing. Look at your operations.
Find the constraint.
Yeah. Find your bottleneck. Address it. And then address that bottleneck. Don't try to find all your bottlenecks thinking that there's a bunch of them. What's the biggest problem you have? Focus on that problem. Go after it. After you feel like you've gotten it correct, or it's flowing, or you've alleviated the pressure there. All right, now what's our next constraint? Last year it was sales for us. We didn't have an extra sales guy. We fixed that. We had someone trained. He's out selling right now. He's killing it. And like he's doing great. So we don't have a sales problem anymore. Now the biggest thing we focus on is we want lead generation. So we've dialed in all our paid ads, and we're dialing in our organic. And as soon as like that does its job, and then the sales team does its job, now I'm gonna have a labor problem. I've solved the labor problem. Now I have a network of subcontractors that I can call and run down a list. Like, are you available? Nope. All right, you available? Yep. Okay. I need you from these dates. This is the square footage I can provide. This is how much I can pay you. You good? All right. Now it's solved. And just keep rolling through it.
Yeah.
How about you? I know you put your glasses on. I know the trophies are very shiny. I get it. Go.
Me, I'm still young. I'm barely 17.
My daughter's older than you, man. For real.
Damn.
But
I didn't say that.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I mean, I'm not talking shit for real. I'm talking shit for a reason. I'm obviously trying to get myself out there.
Talk shit because you're confident. The biggest reason I come off as extremely cocky, I guess, which I've been told on social media. That only happened though after I started winning. After I started winning, then and I don't talk about auto. There's a reason I don't. I started competing in auto to begin with. I've never won. I've never proven anything in auto. I still think I'm a hell of an installer when it comes to auto. But when it comes to flat glass, anyone wants to step towards me and say anything? Absolutely, let's go. I've got the things to back it up, or I have the trophies and the credentials to back it up. But I came in with the exact same attitude. Stay confident.
And patient, man. You're young. You got so much time. You're so far ahead of so many of your peers.
Both are.
I've got 3 teenagers that are close to your age that don't know anything about window tint because they've had zero interest. And they got the opportunity. Yeah, like you're so far ahead, man. If you really enjoy it, like stick with it. You got good mentors around you. Like you've got a bright future in the industry. So
yeah, I've tried to get like, how do I explain it? Big on many things. Like before this, I was in a little band before tinting. Chris knows I was making music. I was doing covers, whatever, on TikTok. And other than that, I'm a wrestler. I wrestle for my high school team.
Hell yeah.
So I've done that since I was 14, 15. And I've gotten pretty much used, like what you're saying, for Tinder battles, everyone's getting like, it's like a big event. A lot of people want eyes on you. That's a little thing that I was nervous about, having everybody like looking at me, but then looking back on it, doing those tournaments, playing in front of people, I'm getting ready for it.
Wrestling's a really, really strong background, dude. That's what our dad did in high school. He took third in Cali.
And amateur MMA.
Okay. So you're doing jiu-jitsu too, or?
I've done jiu-jitsu, a little bit of Muay Thai, wrestling, and boxing.
The skills you learn from martial arts apply to everything in life, especially business, man. Like, it's a really good thing to be in. Just keep in mind, like, when you first started wrestling or MMA or whatever, like, there's levels, right? Like, you go against someone who's been training for 3 or 4 more years than you, and it's hopeless, right? Like, that same thing applies. So just keep working at it, and you'll see the change over time. Like, so when you don't win tenor battles, don't be so upset. It would be like going to your first wrestling tournament and winning the whole thing against a bunch of dudes that have been doing it for 20 years. Probably going to be hard to do.
We can take a polling vote who thinks that you're not going to win. But that's like saying I've done about 6 months of jiu-jitsu, 9 months of jiu-jitsu. That's like me saying I'm going to go to this tournament and I'm going to get my flat manager to tap. He is a black belt, has his own academy, and he's been doing it for about 14, 15 years now? 16 years. He started in 2010, 16 years. Never going to happen. So,
I'm just.
but get your reps in now because you still can. And not to say that you can't
claim the win for the next 2 years. I already claimed the win.
Oh, you didn't see his bio?
I already claimed the win.
It says 2028 and 2029
All
center battles.
Well, I would think you can edit that.
I would say prove it, get a tattoo, but not old enough for that yet. So
I'm gonna prove it when I win this year. That's all I'll say.
I hope you kill it.
I've heard him tell me this for the past decade plus that he's going to beat me. So
well,
it's not.
I got Tim Massive feet shaking in his boots.
It's no.
I got Tim Massive feet shaking.
Oh, it's just, I mean, I almost don't want to be in that round because I want to watch it.
Hey,
to be honest.
Well, Josh said that MMA is similar to like, the MMA
hard work.
background is good.
It's martial arts in general.
I always compare like the tint industry to like baseball.
Yeah,
same thing. The moment you have it, you feel like you have it figured out.
Yeah. It's with any, in my eyes, it's like anything that you can compete in or a profession that you get to a top tier level. Like there's a reason why they got there. There's a reason why there are professional baseball players, and everyone thinks they're going to be one. And it's beyond you having to have the talent. You then have to have the goddamn work ethic.
Yeah.
And then you got to put the time in, and you got to be willing to sacrifice. Like this is going to take me. I got to do this for 10 years straight, and there's still a chance I might not make it. But if you don't do that, you're never going to get there.
Never give yourself a chance.
No.
I like comparing. Like all sports, I think are the same. Martial arts, it's more in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get on the mat and somebody submits you or pins you, like
you lost.
Yeah, it's very cut and dry. Where a team sport, sometimes it's subjective. Your parents hyping you up that you're better than you are. The coach should be starting you. Like, you know, like
not wrong.
It's very cut and dry with martial arts, and it's like in your face, man. Like,
I had to take my fair share of losses.
Yeah,
when I first started.
Yeah, you don't just start winning.
Yeah. So that's love the confidence. Believe me, pull the upset. If they have betting on it, the odds on that are going to be.
So does this mean you're going to follow back now?
Follow what?
Follow back now or
IG, bro? IG.
Oh, I don't follow anyone.
That's a lie.
I follow Ryan Pineda, Hermosi,
the legend killer, the apex predator, Don Tintz.
All right, win something and I'll follow you. Yeah, there's your secondary prize.
That's messed up.
I don't really follow.
I think that's pretty messed up, Rick.
I don't follow much of anybody.
I think that's pretty messed up, bro.
Well, I think that's probably a good spot to wrap it up. Before we do, though, just because we are a minor, here's a permission slip. Make sure you fill that out so we can post it.
You need his parents to fill it out, actually.
Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, take that home.
Actually, like a full-blown consent. Without expectation of
I saw him walking with I knew it was going to be something.
No, I appreciate you guys sitting down. Look forward to Tinder battles. Look forward to seeing your growth from the first podcast to this one. And, definitely, obviously, we'll have you guys back on again and look forward to competing in both competitions coming up.
You guys going to do this at SEMA?
Yeah. It's going to be some limited spots, though. We're only going to do, we'll have 2 days worth, and we're probably going to do about 3 or 4 a day, and that's it.
Sign up Worldwide Tint.
We'll consider it.
Wow.
Now, the logistics of that are still getting worked out. Solar Guard asked us back, which we were very excited about. So we'll definitely be back. Don't know the setup. We'll possibly be running a class that week too. So we'll only be in there Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll start a class.
Yeah, I'm thinking this year SEMA. I'm not going to.
Dude, it's a lot, man.
That's a lot.
I went to SEMA from 16 to probably like 30, like every single year, and I'm just because I'm spoiled because I live here. Like the first couple of years I went, obviously I roamed every hall and was all excited to go to the Wheels and Tires, especially as a young man. It's a great section. No.
Well,
definitely not.
Automotive restyling?
Restyling, yeah, but you got to walk through the rest of it, man. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
You need like a day per hall almost if you want to actually like walk each row and actually get a look at things. But, thankfully, because we are spoiled and we get to go constantly, like I haven't looked at the rest of the show and I don't know how long. I just go back to the restyling section. I talk to the manufacturers, people I don't get to see, and that's it. That was a cool thing about doing the podcast there was I got to have a lot of conversations and, you know, all in controlled environment, which was nice. So, but we'll be back. We'll consider. But all right, guys, thanks for following along. Until next time.
Thank you.
Well,